with King Richie and the Mob Boss in the red. Has everyone seen it? The Mob Boss, yeah. Mob man. Yeah.
Catch you on the rebound.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what that meant. I had to Google.
All right, cool. So
what does it mean?
Yeah, so let's use this example, right? She's come on a platform and, you know, she's been asked to leave. She doesn't like the fact that she's been called bro, and, you know, that she's entitled to that fact, right? That's entitled to her.
I think there was more elements to it than that.
Yes.
But what I want to focus on the fact is the fact that she made a threat to him on air.
Yeah.
On air.
What did she say?
She threatened him and said that she's going to... she's going to call Mandems. I'll get you smoked. Or something about...
she did say she would smoke him herself.
No, but...
She did said...
But then,
she said...
Yeah, to be fair, she did say, "Oh, look, I don't smoke it myself." Because
Period.
she was like, if I wasn't here, she said something like, if I wasn't in here, I would have smoked it myself.
She's some Moroccan rapper from West London, elaborate bro, and she got a hell of a lot of blue ticks and Mandem in the comments like, "Yo, bro, you can't come around here." But the reason what I'm trying to say is
it was intense.
It was very intense,
but
right?
I feel like there was, like you said, there was a lot of things going on.
But why is it? No, the question is I see the double standard and the misandry against men every single day. You know, we had a woman that made a threat against a man on a platform and she felt like it's okay. You have a woman...
It's all too easy though.
You have a woman that has gone and poured hot water on a girl and stabbed her and put hot water basically on her. And I'm talking about... So when we're talking about feminine energy and when we're talking about masculine energy, these women are exhibiting the most extreme... Even... masculine men wouldn't do.
That's not masculine energy, though. If you look at the
toxic
definition,
yeah, but it's language.
Toxic and masculinity cannot go in the same sentence. It's just toxicity.
Okay. So, but essentially, what I'm trying to talk about, women and accountability, and also that thing where I'm crazy.
But it's language though, because you've just done it. Okay, so I'm sat here with a mental health condition. So I take great disrespect in that word crazy, because I'm not crazy. I'm therapized, I've been to therapy, I'm diagnosed, I'm very stable, I don't take any medication. But if I turned to somebody and said, oh, I've got a mental health condition, the first thing they're going to think is, she's crazy. Whereas for myself, women who don't get therapy or undiagnosed are running around with all this energy that you're talking about, that's crazy to me, because you know, I think it's a language thing. It's not a behavior thing. Like, you know, if you don't like being called bro, cool, that's your prerogative. But people, you know, how many times do you say, oh, I've got PTSD from that? Like, I have PTSD, and please believe that if you had PTSD, you would not use that language.
I think also it's like it's okay.
Yeah, one thing the irony of the whole thing, because I didn't know what they were talking about when I was on Alive. Then I went back. Well, you told me where to look. So I went back and looked, and it was totally different to how it was made out to be. Firstly, right, the irony is she used the word bro more than anyone else on that podcast.
Her thing wasn't that she got
no. But second, the context, she seems like with her accent and the way she was talking, it was cruddy, like she was on road, like she's from road. So she seems like a girl that uses that language on a daily. So it doesn't even seem, see from my man, who used the word bro, in the context he used it, he wasn't using it in a derogatory way.
He says everyone bro.
It's indiscriminate. He says it in general. I'm not saying it's good, and if someone expresses respectfully, could you not call me bro, please? Then cool. He should not use that in that sense. But the way it's just unwarranted, like the way she moved, there's no justification, there's no enabling, there's none of that for me. Like whether you called her bro or whatever, like there was no need for that, because she went on straight on a crud thing. So she was moving like Mandem basically. So you're basically saying if there was a brother now, you're saying what is it?
Yeah.
Well,
you're saying what is it?
I was gonna say if she was younger, then maybe that's just her fight or flight, like innate. You know,
but
young
not an excuse.
that's but if she
but still not an excuse.
But there's no fight or flight in that situation. He wasn't even standing up. He was sat. He was chill. He was like she wanted her turn to talk. And do you know what I think it is? It was a superiority thing. It was like, I demand everybody to listen to me right now. And then when it wasn't matched, and it was like, well, no, this is a podcast, and you've got to, it was then I'm offended. And when you're in from spaces in which you're how people see you is like whether you're going to get smoked or not is a thing, then that's how she approached it. But we're on a podcast, like the energy didn't match the surrounding.
So when I was doing a live and then Auntie jumped in the live, to be fair, it was like
I was watching.
Yeah, and it was like
I was like, what happened?
I was in.
Yeah, we were just chilling, and then Auntie jumped on, and I was like, yo, how you doing? You cool? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I left this. I was like, you in the studio? She's like, you didn't watch the live? I was like, no. She's like, I walked out. And then obviously when I've looked back on it, like she told me. So my thing is this. Yes, there's one thing when it comes down to the bro thing. I think there's a few parts of this. It's how you speak to when you address your women.
Right.
Yeah. So I wouldn't address women as bro, as fam, as cuz. That's not something I would do. And if I did do it, and a woman made it clear to me that she didn't want to be addressed as that, I would quickly fix up, right?
But I don't even like girls calling me.
Yeah. So, but it's more than that. It comes down to this as well. It comes down to your vocabulary and vernacular. So, especially for someone like King Richards, who is obviously climbing up in the podcast and doing really well, like, you know, you have to be able to grasp more vocabulary because the types of women you're gonna encounter. Like, imagine. So they had Destiny on the show, but that could have easily been Candace Owens that she could have flown through. Could you imagine having Candace Owens on there and you're doing bro and bro?
But it doesn't matter the stature of the woman.
No, it does. No, it does. No, it does.
No,
wait, hold on a second. Because when you speak to somebody, you need to know the levels of how you speak. You cannot go into a parliamentary debate and do bro and bruv. It's like when you swear and you continue to swear, what it says to people is you have a low IQ or low vocabulary skill. That's all it says. Yeah. And if you're going to try to get into debates with women, with intellectual women, you're going to come. This is what's going to happen every single time. Essentially, because you are not. So we live in a world where people want to address certain ways, right? Now, if you want to be addressed a certain way and you want to be and you want me to call you a zebra, and that's what you want to be called a zebra, I'm going to call you a zebra. Not because I might know you're not a zebra, but if you want to be referred to as a zebra, I'm going to refer to you as a zebra while we have this conversation, because not referring to you as a zebra is going to come with too much. But I keep calling you something that you don't want to be referred to, now I'm fighting against you, when easily I can attach my speech. Whether or not I think you're a zebra or not, that's not what we're speaking about. So what I'm trying to talk about is how you speak to people. Then we'll speak about elders, right?
Please call me Witchy Naomi from now on.
No, but I'm African upbringing, right? And, you know, we grew up calling everyone auntie and uncle, right? That's how we grew up. Yeah. When I was younger and I'll go around to my friends' home and they'll be like, oh, his mom's called Carol or Karen or Sharon. And they'll be like, I felt weird. I couldn't do it. Even if you're dating a girl and the mum says to you, call her by the name. I can't do that. I have to be like mumsy. Like, it's just something that we do. So there's a little bit where auntie doesn't want to be addressed. Auntie, like everyone calls her auntie, right? So by not recognizing that, and also the fact they're all part of the whole inside the Just Pearly thing, you would think that you would have better ways to address it. So I just think this was just an example of what can happen when you don't actually really respect how people want to be referred to or known to, because the world that we're going in, it can create a lot more problems than anything. I'm not saying that you need to pander for people. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that this is how the world is right now. And if you meet someone, like if you keep calling me sis, I'll be like, my girl, I'll be like, listen, you're being disrespectful now. Like, I've told you multiple times not to call me that. Or if you keep calling me something I don't want to be called, and you keep doing it and you're telling me I call everybody that, I'll be like, no, that's not good enough.
I think when, like, we were talking about like the language thing, so I was talking to Bex about this before we came in. Like 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been sat here in a dress with my makeup and my hair done. I'd have been sat here in a tracksuit. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just that I'm finding my fluidity as a female again. But you know, you find your own feminine thing, and I've really struggled with my femininity because I've been through so much therapy where you're told to be independent, you're told to be strong, you don't need anybody else. And when you come out the back of that therapy, there isn't someone there to like, right, now we're going to teach you how to love again. Now we're going to teach you how to date again. Now we're going to teach you how to, you know, be that feminine, vulnerable, soft, sensitive person again. So during those times of therapy, I was very guilty of swearing and saying bro, and because it was a defense mechanism. You're not getting close to me. I'm going to give you whatever energy you want to call it, and you're going to know you can't come near me. Whereas now I'm softening, and that even stemmed to my family or my friends, the way I spoke to them. I was literally a guarded wall to absolutely everybody. So I spoke to them inappropriately because I was just trying to protect my peace. Whereas now I get more back from being nicer to people, which is why I do charity work now. And I can build bonds with people much better now because I've worked on that myself. So like, you have to understand what people want from you if you're going to communicate with them.
If you want to be a podcast host, if you want to be in any situation where you're going to be interviewing, communicate. I've been on his podcast and he called me the Guardians of the Galaxies because he was calling me you and bro, and I was like, that's not my name. And so what I did is I twisted it and used it as humor and tagged him in it and put Guardians of the Galaxy music and put, just in case anybody didn't know my name, it's not you, it's Naomi. Because like, as much as we can demand how we want to be spoken to, we can't guarantee how people are going to be how people are going to speak to us. But what I can do is make sure that it's annoyed me, it's irritated me, but like me getting up and irate and angry and shouting at him isn't going to change his perception. If he wants to continue to say bro after every second sentence, it's like when people say in it or like there's always like a breathing space when people don't have, like you said, the vocabulary to put a sentence together. And I don't think communication is his starting point from him going into this. It's his arms.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Go
we love a devil's advocate.
See me, If I've been done told you, don't speak to me like that. Obviously, I haven't watched it, so I'm just going off. Of what you lot
You're
are
going
saying.
the right way with it.
So,
I ain't gonna lie, sis. I'm about to interject
Let me
after.
just listen, get the knowledge and see. From what you lot have said to me, it's like, if you're gonna keep poking the bear, don't expect a level of control over her reaction now, because I'm not saying it's justified. I'm not saying you should while out and start threatening man, whatever. But not everyone's built like you. Not everyone thinks the way you think. Not everybody's gone through the same things you've gone through. People are shaped differently. People have different triggers. For example, a lot of people are undiagnosed. Like I've got PTSD. I've got anxiety. I was diagnosed when I was 14. My sister was diagnosed with bipolar depression last year.
And that's
18.
the opposite. So you've had a young diagnosis and I've had an old diagnosis, and that comes with all its own problems.
But like my sister went through like school, college, whiling out, doing like crazy, to only find out actually there's something behind this. I'm not saying that's the case, but what I'm saying is at the end of the day, it comes down to respect, because if you're going to play that card, you have no power over what I'm going to do. You have no power over my reaction. And then after now I've reacted in a way that maybe doesn't please you or doesn't fit for you, you have something to say. But if you had respected it from the jump, we wouldn't be here.
So generally, I totally agree with her, but because you haven't seen it in this context,
that's what I'm saying.
So I fully agree with you in general, because like if you break the rules, then the rules are broken. Now you can't dictate to me where I cap or limit my reaction. Do you get? And so I've got a lot of anecdotes with that. But in this specific thing, I want to separate 3 different issues, and I think by mixing it, we're kind of justifying and enabling it. Like that girl's behavior is totally separate.
Right.
That accountability is needed for that.
Yeah.
My guy is saying, bro, accountability is needed for that, but relatively speaking, that was trivial compared to the other things.
Yeah.
And also, even though respectfully, that's an elder, and I do talk to my elders and say auntie, she had some accountability to take too. Auntie had some accountability to take too. And what she said could have got easily misconstrued by a lot of people. She didn't mean no divisive thing against West Indians and Africans, but what she said could have been seen in that. And
so yeah,
this argue.
a lot of it is
Hold
on. A lot of it is subjective.
Yeah.
A lot of it is.
But wait.
A lot of it is subjective.
Hold on a second.